We'd like to welcome you to your whitewater rafting trip with Triad River Tours. To have a safe and successful rafting trip, we want you to be as prepared as possible. Of course, this means getting a good night rest, arriving to the meetup location beforehand, and making sure that you take advantage of all of the educational materials provided to you and the confirmation email as well as the website. We also want to make sure that you come prepared with proper clothing. Isabel here is demonstrating some of the clothing that you might want to bring to wear under your wetsuit on your whitewater rafting trip. All of the clothing that Isabel has on is synthetic fibers. So there's several name brands out there like Patagonia Capilene or Under Armour, but we really want to avoid using cotton as our base layer under our wetsuit. So before you go to leave for your rafting trip, we suggest that you get yourself suited up in a synthetic base layer. So this is a material that wicks away moisture. And so unlike cotton, it doesn't absorb moisture and become heavy. She also has some synthetic pants. Those pants also do not absorb moisture. She also has a grin. So she's come prepared with a positive outlook, ready to enjoy her time in the great outdoors. It's very important that you bring adequate footwear for your river rafting trip. We believe that you'll be most comfortable in your own footwear. Isabel here prefers to wear Chacos. The Chaco Z1 or Z2 is an excellent choice later in the season. If you're running a beginner level or class 2 and 3 whitewater trip, they're excellent. If you're going to be running more continuous whitewater or a more intense advanced level trip like a class 4 or a 5 adventure, you're going to want to bring closed-toed shoes. Old tennis shoes, basketball shoes, Converse All-Stars, something like that is going to be preferred in colder water and in more intense whitewater. Now that you've prepared yourself with your clothing and your footwear, we want to make sure that you have a good, safe journey to meet us at the river. Make sure to download and save your driving directions and don't rely only on your cell phone. Also take into account any road construction or traffic concerns that might be happening on that particular day. Try to arrive 10 to 15 minutes earlier just so that you can unwind after your drive and maybe take a snack or a bite of a power bar before you meet with the guides at the meetup location. Now that we've gone over what you want to bring to the meeting location with your guides, we're going to talk about what we're going to bring to meet you. And we're going to move it on down to the river. Hello friends, we are here at the river. Now we're going to move through the pack list as we prepare for your whitewater trip. Once you have your personal equipment, that's your base layer, your footwear, and a positive attitude, when you get to the river, we're going to outfit you with the following. First, and probably most important, is a 3mm Farmerville wetsuit. Some of the wetsuits have a zipper and some of the wetsuits have shoulder straps. They're both the same 3mm Farmerville material. We also will equip you with a Type 5 PFD, that's personal flotation device. Each flotation device is Coast Guard certified and has 25 pounds of positive flotation. 1, 2, 3, 4 buckles, as you can see demonstrated on Isabel here. The next thing that we will provide you is a helmet. And you can see how wonderfully fashionable that helmet is on Isabel. It has adjustable chin strap and an adjustable dial on the back. So this is the equipment that we will provide you at the river. We're also going to give you a whitewater paddle. Next, we'd like to introduce you to our raft. Within every raft, we have certain pieces of equipment, such as a rescue throw rope. The rescue throw rope can be deployed in case we have a swimmer. Some of them are attached to the raft, and some guides have a rescue rope attached to their bodies so that we can throw it to one of our guests in case they go for an unexpected swim. Next, we'd like to invite you into our raft. The anatomy of a raft, the side tubes, the floor, and the thwarts. We want you to sit on the side tubes. Around the outside edge of the raft, is a yellow perimeter cord, or what we call a chicken line. Inside the raft, throw bags for rope rescues, first aid kits in case of a medical situation, comprehensive medical kits, as well as satellite transponders where necessary, as well as swiftwater rescue equipment on every trip, and hypothermia equipment in certain situations. Now we'd like to invite Isabel, our guest, onto our raft with us. Isabel is equipped with all of her equipment, the helmet, PFD, wetsuit, and her chosen footwear. After this, we're going to go through the potential rescues that we can experience on the river. The most common rescue on the river is what we call a reach rescue. That means that our swimmer falls out of the raft and reaches for a paddle or for the raft. Once that swimmer is to the raft, the guide or someone inside the raft reaches to the lapels of the life jacket, places their knees against the side tubes of the raft, leans back and pulls that swimmer on top of them. As soon as they're back in the raft, they want to scurry around and grab their paddle to get back into a ready position to continue running the rapids. Ideally, this rescue happens within just a few seconds, and it can happen at any point on the river. We want it to be simple, smooth, and fast. Reach for your swimmer, a reach rescue. In case of a row rescue, we want to paddle as a team and use the raft as a rescue device. Always listen to your guide's paddle commands and work as a team so that you can paddle aggressively after your swimmer. Once the swimmer is to the raft, you're back to a reach rescue and pull them in by the lapels of the PFD. In a throw rescue, we throw you a floating bag of rescue rope. We want you to grab the rope, not the bag, and do not wrap the rope around your hands or any part of your body or equipment. If you see your swimmer coming through the rapid, oftentimes you'll hear the guide blow their whistle one time to get your attention, and then they'll yell, "Swimmer!" After they yell swimmer, they will throw you the rope. Swimmer! Rope! As they get pulled in, they'll throw the rope over their shoulder. If the guide has to navigate the raft, they might give you the rope and say, pull them in. If you're handed a rope and you're inside the raft, pull them in. Once the swimmer is to the raft, we're back to a reach rescue. Grab the lapels of the PFD and pull them inside the raft on top of you. That is a throw rescue. Communication on the river is best when you're close enough that you can use verbal communication. Always give your guide a yes or a no. Don't nod your head. You want your guide's visual attention on the river so that we can focus on the dangers ahead. If you're in proximity of your guide, always use a verbal command. Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. How
Cool.
are you?
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Sometimes on the river it's too loud, so we have other means of communicating. One is using our whistle. Your guide will blow 1 whistle blast to get your attention. 3 whistle blasts in case of an emergency, like a flipped raft or an injury. We also use hand signals. If you're separated from your guide might ask, "Are you okay?"
I'm okay.
A hand pat tells your guide that you're okay. Your guide might also point you. Guides always point to safety. So if we point you this way, swim or walk that way. If we point you this way, swim or walk that way. This is some basic communication. It's very important that you remain calm and follow your guide's instructions. And remember this safety video. Pat your head if you're okay and go where your guide points you. Rafts have 2 sides, a top and a bottom. Sometimes your raft is going to flip upside down. When it does, stay calm and remember your rescue procedures. Typically, your guide is going to be the first one on top of that upside down raft. remember to grab the perimeter chicken line, the yellow rope around the outside of the raft. Your guide's gonna climb on top of the raft, and at that point, you're gonna need to let go of the raft, or the guide's gonna hit you in the face with the paddle. Once the raft is right side up, if you can climb inside it, that's wonderful. Oftentimes, the guide is gonna be the first one inside the raft. And now we're back to a reach rescue. Grab the lapels of the PFD, lean back, and pull that person in on top of you. And that's how we perform a flip recovery, followed by a reach rescue.